Niners, baby. They get the dub over the Steelers in week number 1 in convincing fashion. Oh, let's talk about it. So first and foremost, we are over the Trey Lance era. We are over the Jimmy Garoppolo era. Best of luck to Jimmy G over there in Vegas, and best of luck to Trey down in Dallas. But we are in the Brock Purdy times. And I'm telling you what, as a Niners fan, as a football fan, as a football coach, it is amazing when your quarterback brings you peace as you watch the offense do their thing out there on the field. And for the first 2.5 to 3 quarters, when we were actually trying on offense today, I felt so at peace watching Purdy lead our offense, because that's how long our offense was actually really trying. If you want to get technical, when Christian McCaffrey busted out his big 60-plus yard touchdown run in the third quarter, which was amazing, the game was done. Nail in the coffin, 6 feet under. Let's go home. Let's just pack the bags right now. Let's go home. That's pretty much when the game stopped. So any offensive thing that happened for the next quarter and a half, I'm just like, whatever. But to start that game off and to come out the half on fire, Purdy connected with Aiyuk, Purdy connected with Debo, connecting with Kittle. He didn't really have a connection with Juan Jennings, which is fine. Downfield blocking was awesome. When we did get the ball into the ball carrier's hands or McCaffrey running, all I know is our receivers were blocking downfield, and that was sick to see. Purdy was putting the ball on the money. He found the open guy. He moved the pocket with his feet. He did everything he needed to do to lead our team. Because on our team, get the ball into the hands of the playmakers. And thankfully, he actually looked like a playmaker. He looked very competent. It was the exact opposite of what the Steelers quarterback, Kenny Pickett, was putting forth. Because they didn't even get a first down until late in the second quarter. There was a minute to go and they finally got a first down. That's how dominating our defense was, but that's how incompetent the Steelers offense was as a whole. Purdy, very efficient, 220 yards for 2 touchdown kind of day. Again, we really stopped playing offense midway through the third quarter and just was like, let's go home. McCaffrey, 22 rushes, 152 yards and a touchdown. He also had 17 yards receiving. Brandon Aiyuk, 8 catches, 129 yards, 2 tutties. Debo, 5 catches for 55, also had a couple of runs. Kittle, just 3 catches for 19 yards. Did a stellar job of blocking, as always. Our offensive line played pretty well, except for Colton McKivitz on the right side trying to block TJ Watt. Now, mind you, TJ Watt's a man. He had 3 sacks, though, and forced 2 fumbles. We lost one of those fumbles. The one fumble, Purdy literally secured behind his back, under his butt. It was crazy. But TJ Watt is built different, and he had 3 sacks. Outside of that, Colton McKivitz looked just fine, but there was 3 plays that he was not blocking TJ. So that could be a problem later on. For us, Drake Jackson had 3 sacks. That's what we have to have. If we got Mr. highest defensive player ever over here, Nick Bosa, who got under 40 snaps today, so they're easing him back in, and he caused pressure to happen, but he didn't have a TJ Watt-like day. That's fine. If they're focusing on Bosa, the other end has to produce. And Drake Jackson had 3 sacks. So that's phenomenal. In our defensive backfield, Mooney Ward, Hufanga, both had an interception. Fred Warner basically dropped 2 interceptions. The one Hufanga ended up getting. And that was 35 yards down the field. Fred Warner is covering. Fred Warner is him. But in the first quarter, I think it was first quarter, Fred Warner dropped a pick 6. It would have absolutely been a pick 6, and I know he was beside himself. So he was all over the place making plays. The Niners defense physically dominated this game, and you could just tell from the first drive that the Steelers didn't show up and the Niners did. You can go into a football game and you can just tell who's got the energy, who's got the power, who's going to bring the boom, and that was the Niners. The Steelers just looked lost out there. They felt lost. You could feel that scared energy. I don't think they're going to play like that all year, but they cannot repeat that. A Mike Tomlin led team normally doesn't look like that. They don't look that bad. They don't look that unprepared, but today they just, outside of maybe 2 or 3 drives, just looked bad today. Not Bengals Joe Burrow bad today, because that was, what was that? But the Steelers didn't look good. Steelers did not look good at all. But that's a wrap. 1-0. Niners look good. Purdy look good. Aiyuk, Debo, George Kittle, CMC out here, y'all. The Niners looked like a well-oiled machine, ready to rock out this year. They will continue this quest next week in LA, aka Levi South, and I'll definitely talk to y'all after that game. If you have any comments or anything you want to talk about concerning the world of football or just the 49ers in general, since this is a Niners video, leave that comment down below. But until next Sunday, peace.